Today we're heading to Standard to play this weird Jeskai artifact ramp deck that I'm calling Jeskai Urza-facts. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Much Ado About Nothing. And this week, for the first time in a minute, we are heading to Standard because this deck looks super fun. We are playing Jeskai Urza-facts, basically a Jeskai Urza artifact ramp deck. So let's talk about this deck, jump into some games, see it in action. So first off, we got our janky ramp. Thran Spider making a Power Stone, Fable the Mirror Breaker making treasures, Might Stone and Weak Stone, melding with Urza, but also adding mana to help us cast our big artifacts. And we have some huge finishers on the top end of our curve. Cityscape Leveler, one of my favorite cards in Standard, just comes down, blows stuff up. If it sticks around, it blows up more stuff. If it dies, we unearth it and it blows up even more stuff. And then Skitter Beam Battalion, the real payoff is getting up to 9 mana and casting it for full price and getting 3 4/4 Hasty Tramplers, although it's fine for just 5 mana as well to put some bodies on the battlefield. So that's the main goal of our deck. And then, of course, since we have Might Stone and Weak Stone as part of our ramp package, we also have Urza, so we can just meld into Urza Planeswalker, which is pretty close to unbeatable for most decks. Otherwise, a bunch of removal, Reckoner Bankbuster to draw some cards, Mana Beast, pretty typical stuff. In the sideboard, a bunch of removal for creature decks, bunch of counters, some Saheelis for control, and that is Jeskai Urza-facts. That's our Much Ado deck for today, so let's jump into some games and see just how good this weird Jeskai ramp deck is in Standard. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll be back in a bit for the wrap-up. Need some Brothers War cards? And snag them from our awesome sponsor, Card Kingdom, over at cardkingdom.com/MTG Goldfish. Much Ado About Nothing time. This week, we are heading to Standard to mulligan away a Zero Lander. We're playing some Urza-facts, a pretty interesting Jeskai artifact deck built around Urza. And that sounds okay. Not super exciting. Not doing anything quick, but I do love me some Cityscape Levelers if we can get to it. Opponent appears to be Grixising. Battlefield Fjorge. Definitely hyped for Phyrexia. Siphon Insight. Sure. Steals something good from our deck, I'm sure. Opponent passes. Well, Mishra's Foundry. Urza. Opponent counterspell. Number 1. Untaps. Plays land, Corpse Appraiser. So opponent can eat the Urza. The real question is going to be what they stole from our deck, because we have some pretty bomby creatures. Play the land, play a Bankbuster. And pass the turn. So opponent seems to be just pretty typical Grixis, but with Siphon Insight. Gets in. Even more Corpse Appraising. Well, let's draw a card. This isn't the end of the world. It's annoying that our opponent's drawing so many cards, but we should be able to just Brotherhood end away our opponent's board. I guess we saw main deck negate, but wow, okay, even better. Opponent is not expecting this Brotherhood's end, so Brotherhood end, 3 damage to everything. Pass the turn, and we're getting close to the Cityscape Leveler. Opponent, land. Teferi. Well, we'll draw a card. It's a land. The Teferi is annoying. Opponent's gonna make a dork. Wait, do we get a blowout here? Okay, so we get to abrade the token. Can we fire up this Mishra's Foundry and kill the Teferi? There is removal, so opponent only has red mana. You know what? I think we're gonna do it. There's some off chance that they have Voltage Surge, but I don't think typically Voltage Surge is main decked. Okay, opponent. Just gonna get a counter on Teferi to keep it alive for another turn. In that case, let's just Bankbuster and pass the turn. Kind of a weird scenario. So we made our opponent sack the blood. They get the counter on Teferi, but this gives us enough mana that
Nobody knows the past better than you.
Okay, Fable the Mirror Breaker. So that was our card that our opponent stole. This gets us enough mana that we can just Cityscape Leveler away the Teferi. So play the land. Cityscape Leveler. Blow up the Teferi.
I don't know anything about chronomancy.
Crew. Actually, we probably want to play defense here. Yeah, let's pass the turn. About it. Stealing something. I mean, this token is going to get big thanks to the Fable. Discards 2 lands. Fable's so good. So good. Opponent gets a bunch of counters. Sure. Plays a land, which is apparently what they stole from our deck. Plays another Teferi. I mean, if they can't answer the Cityscape Leveler, doesn't this still work? Opponent takes up to draw a card.
That is interesting.
Get some triggers. Cut down. Well, we will crew. Passes. Ooh, Atwara is so good here. Abrade the token. Atwara the token. Hit our opponent. Blow up Teferi. Pass the turn. Opponent gets to flip the Saga, but they really need to find a way to deal with the Cityscape Leveler. Opponent, more Fable the Mirror Breakers. Sure. Opponent passes. Well, Brother's Hood end. 3 damage. Do you have a counter? No. Oh, we still don't. Well, I mean, we're gonna go for it. And opponent sees it coming in. Wow, opponent played 2 Teferis. 2 Teferis! And we mulliganed, and still, we got there pretty easily. So, well, now we know what our opponent's doing. Opponent's essentially a Teferi control deck. Against Teferi control, Brothers of the End was actually better than I expected. The counters seem necessary. We can probably, like, trim a couple Brothers Hoods at, trim and Abrade, maybe go down, like, 1 Skitter Beam, 1 Mightstone Weakstone, 1 Thran Spider, something like that. Yeah, let's try it like that. Little trimming, bring in a few counters, bring in the Saheelis. Saheeli seems pretty good in this matchup, usually against control style decks. Planeswalkers are decent. The Teferis looked impressive. They got a lot of value, but they weren't enough for our opponent to win. So I don't know if it means those Teferis are good or not. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure what to think of those Teferis. Opponent, tap land, passes. Well, we will play another Pain land and pass the turn. Double Fable and Mirror Breakers. Oh boy, and our opponent misses a land drop. Well, play a land and, yeah, let's Thran Spider. Opponent, counter spell number 1. Sure. Opponent passes. Well, play the land. Thran Spider. All right, out of counters. The nice thing about Thran Spider is it plays around. Ooh, opponent is in trouble. It plays around the gate. Opponent can use this to sack the blood and try to find a land. So I guess our Power Stone is helping our opponent a little bit. Hopefully it's helping us more though, while they still don't find a land. Well, play the land, play Saheeli. And yeah, we're just gonna start scrying and drawing here. And opponent scoops it up. Okay, I mean, that last game, opponent definitely had mana trouble, but we took advantage of it. Took advantage of our opponent's problems. Not bad, not bad. Much brew about nothing time. We are standarding this week with Jeskai Urza-facts. Basically a Jeskai artifact ramp deck, I would say, build around Urza. Ooh, Blossoming Sands, eh? Yeah, let's play the untap land. This lets us abrade something and then we can play the tap land next turn. I mean, I guess our dream here, well, we're not going to abrade the Spirited Companion, I don't think. That survives. You can't kill the dog. I still haven't watched John Wick, but if there's one thing I've learned about John Wick from hearing other people talk about it, you really shouldn't kill the dog. In our dream world, I think we just Mightstone and Weakstone into Skitterbeam Battalion full price. All right, Jeskai Naturalist is good enough to kill, and it's not a dog, so I think it's allowed. kill that. Something to play this turn would be sweet. More Skitterbeams. All right, well, pass the turn. I mean, our deck's gonna do big things eventually. Wedding announcement. Gives in for 1. Wow, so many Skitterbeams. So many Skitterbeams. Yeah, I think we just play a Skitterbeam here. Yeah, let's attack with 1. Bound it down to 20. Opponent, land, Weaver of Harmony. Oh, Catilda. Going to be an issue. Oh boy, it's gonna be an issue right now. We might be dying. Well, kill the spirited companion and chump, I guess. Yeah, this is very not good for us. Opponent gets to draw a card. Urza looking a bit slow. Well, Might Stone and Weak Stone. Kill Catilda. But it just comes back. Oh, opponent. Yeah, gonna do some pumping. Yeah, opponent's deck looking sweet here. Although, I think it's also a product of our draw. Like, our opponent's very aggro, and we had a very slow draw. Yeah, Catilda on this Naturalist is just gonna wreck us. Opponent gets in for 12. We drop to 6. Opponent gets to flip. So if we sweep, we still just die, right? This is just so big, yeah. All right. Well, that was a pretty good aggro draw for our opponent. Destroy Evil seems good. Yeah, that was just such a slow draw. Strangle. Go down. Maybe like one Skitter Beam, one Thran Spider, one Urza. Maybe like one Abrade and a Brother's Hood end? Actually, you know what? Let's bring in a Fateful Absence too. Let's try it like that. So, well, now we know what we're up against, and we know we need early game interaction. If we keep a hand that's all 5 drops, not gonna work out. We saw that last game. The all 5 drop hand, not enough against artifact or enchantment aggro. This hand's sketchy because we don't have white mana. If we draw a white source, this hand's pretty good. We could potentially just spin into a fast Urza Planeswalker, which probably enough to win. If we don't draw lands, we're gonna be in trouble. How about it? Thinking about their opening 7, mulliganing their opening 7. And all right, well, Shivan Reef, go. Come on, white source. Any white source. We really do not care which one. All the Urzas in the world, not enough if you can't cast them. Opponent, Forest passes, that's not white mana. All right, a Tuara go. Opponent, Plains, and Jeskai Naturalist. Oh, we hit the white source, which is big. In that case, we will just... Yeah, let's just strangle the Jeskai Naturalist here. Pass the turn. Plains for our opponent, Wedding Announcement. Well, we will blow that up. Well, now we'll run out Urza. Pass the turn. Still kind of want more lands. Forest for our opponent, and Hallowed Haunting. Ooh, that is sketchy. Well, Might Stone and Weak Stone draw 2. Reckoner Bankbuster. And hit ya past the turn. Oh, we're 1 mana away. We're 1 mana away from the, oh, opponent has borrowed time. Okay, that's unfortunate. Oh, so opponent keeps us from getting at Urza Planeswalker. Well, draw a card. Play the land. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. So, I mean, we can kill the tokens. Okay, this is fine, sure. All right, so token down. And borrowed time. I mean, this is still not the end of the world, because we can just Brother's Hood end away the tokens for now. Okay. Goes after the Might Stone and Weak Stone. Down to 16. Let's discard a Strangle. Actually, let's discard the Fateful Absence. Draw a couple cards. Cityscape Leveler is pretty good. Brother's Hood end. Sweep to board. Play the Xander's Lounge. Pass the turn. This is big. Cityscape Leveler can blow up the borrow time that has Urza. And then we can go back to our Urza Planeswalker plan. Now flip the Saga, play the land, Might Stone and Weak Stone, kill the Weaver of Harmony, pass the turn. About it. Even more Weaver of Harmonies. Goes attacking. Well, let's draw with our Reckoner Bankbuster. Abrade a Spirit, block a Spirit, untap. And all right, you're gonna do some leveling. Cityscape Leveler, get back Urza. You can keep your Hallowed Haunting. We are willing to take the risk. And then copy Cityscape Leveler. Go attacking. And opponent, done, 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 done. And that is Cityscape Leveler power. Opponent had their best card too. Opponent had their best card. Opponent had the, opponent had the Hallowed Haunting and it wasn't enough. Man, maybe this deck's actually kind of sweet. I do really love Cityscape Leveler. Probably one of my favorite Brothers War cards. We haven't got to see the full power of Skitter Beam yet, but we'll get there. I guess the negates do kind of feel good-ish. Let's go to one more Thran Spider. One more Skitter Beam. I feel like this is a matchup where if we can stabilize, we can win the late game. The challenge is going to be stabilizing. So I think having big stuff isn't super huge of a concern because eventually we're going to find it and we're going to win. The question is, can we stay alive? So the last thing we want is what we saw in game one, which is we have this handful of expensive cards that is just too slow to keep up with what our opponent's doing. All right, I mean, we're going to keep this. This is not the most removal heavy hand I've ever seen, but about it. Plains. Well, all right, we're gonna need a land. The opponent also needs, ooh, thank the magic gods. Fable the Mirror Breaker. Very good at solving all life's problems. Opponent adapts. Spirited Companion to draw a card. And there's the land, all right. Ooh, we keep drawing lands though. We're gonna discard Thran Spider. Yeah, just Thran Spider. I'll play the land, go to combat. Get in with the goblin. Yeah, let's Mindstone and Weakstone, draw a couple cards. I think we're actually playing towards melding in Urza. I think that's our main game plan here. About it, Forest. And what do you got? We know our opponent has a handful of action, and they're hitting their land drops now, so they should be able to function. All right, there's a Hallowed Haunting. Thankfully, we do have Destroy Evil. Opponent gets and hits us. Well, flip the Saga. Get in with the Goblin. We do only have one white source. Huh. Play the land. I think we just gotta blow up the Hallowed Haunting. Oh, do we want to play Urza? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's wait. I think we can wait and maybe do it all in one turn. I think that's our game plan. Oh, another Hallowed Haunting. Okay. Well, we can see why our opponent kept that hand. Got a lot of Hallowed Hauntings. The good news for us is we're gonna make a lot of treasures. So I think next turn can be our, hopefully be our Meld Urza turn. Go attack and make some treasures. About it. Well, land, Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Yeah. Well, this is it. If our opponent taps down, we get the Urza, and the Urza should be able to kind of wreck our opponent here. Weaver of Harmony. Yeah. And Weaver of Harmony. Well, let's kill the Weaver of Harmony. Passes. Discard a land. Discard the Strangle. Yeah, go to combat, do some attacking. Make some treasures. Do we have enough mana that we can Brothershood End and Meld Urza? Oh, easy. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, so Brothershood End. Oh, this probably wins us the game. Brothershood End, sweep the board. Urza. Meld Urza. Exile the Hallowed Haunting. Draw some cards. Discard the land. I mean, our opponent can't answer it. That is a possibility. They do have answers. Shigeki. All right, there's a borrow time. So opponent, they're staying alive. They're staying alive. It's not over yet.
This experiment has concluded.
Well, flip the Saga. Yeah, let's play a Bank Buster. Draw with Bank Buster. Kill the Shigeki. Yeah, let's run out Fable. Fable number 3 past the turn. I mean, now we're looking for the finishers. This is where we want to see the Cityscape Leveler or whatever. Also, just enchantment removal would be fine. Enchantment removal to get rid of this borrow time gets us back the entire Meld pair, which would be kind of insane. About it, wedding announcement. Sure. Passes. Since we drew Mightstone and Weakstone, let's see if we can reassemble the fairway. Draw a couple cards. Hit ya. Get a treasure. Draw with Bank Buster. And go. Opponent, Jeskai Naturalist. Sure. And wedding announcement. Yeah, I think even that is fine here. This turn should, oh, we could have blocked with the Mishra's Foundry. We probably should have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, go to combat, get in with the Goblin. So I think this works. We play Urza. We Brotherhood End for 2 mana. Opponent scoops it up. Oh, melding Urza is quite the drug. Why are we not always just melding Urza? It's not that hard to do. Like, our opponent has answers and they got removal, but our ability to meld Urza really just took over that game. And oh, this turn was gonna be so sweet. We have enough mana, we Brotherhood End, kill everything but Urza, then we meld Urza, and then we just start eating away and drawing cards and doing whatever we want to. At some point, we can eat this borrowed time to get back our meld pair and flip another Urza. So good. Oh, this deck's sweet. This deck's super sweet. All right, not bad. Much more about nothing time. We are Urza-facting in standard, and hand looks pretty good. Stormcarved Coast, you. Urza, oh, all right. Well, I take that back. This hand looks really good as long as we draw one more land. If we draw one more land, this hand is wonderful. I think we actually just kill this Bank Buster. All right, Magic Gods. Land for the Fable. You can do it. You can do it, and we did it. All right. Life is good. Life is good. Fable the Mirror Breaker go. And now we got a game plan, which is try to get to... Opponent also has Fable the Mirror Breaker. Try to get to Urza, Might Stone, and Weak Stone. Cool. I think we loot away both Skitter Beams, as awkward as that is. Well, go to combat, get in with the Goblin, make a toke. Oh, you know what we do here? I think we just Might Stone and Weak Stone away our opponent's token. So we get the treasures and they don't. Opponent gets to do some looting. And now the plan is get the game in a position where we can flip this Urza. Hopefully all in one turn, which means 10 mana. Ooh, Rite of Oblivion. All right, that's annoying. Opponent plays a land. Ooh, another Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Well, flip the Saga. Get in with the Goblin. Hit ya. Yeah, let's just play another Fable. Pass the turn. We also do need to be aware of the Rite to Oblivion. That is a thing that can deal with our Urza. Ayo. So opponent's just like Mardu mid-range, I guess? Sure, we'll take it. So we're gonna need to get value out of our Urza right away because we know Rite to Oblivion can kill it. Go for the throat. Blood Tithe Harvester. Yeah, let's decline. Go to combat, attack with both. Do we just go for it now or do we wait? The question is, if we wait, can we get our opponent to spend their Rite of Oblivion on something else? Our opponent is tapped down right now. Like, they shouldn't have removal. So we are clear to Urza, but then it is gonna get Rite to Oblivion 100%. Although that is also like our opponent's entire turn. So we Urza, we meld Urza, we eat the reflection, we draw cards. The other option is just like kill the reflection and keep waiting. Yeah, let's do that. Kill the reflection, pass the turn. Maybe this Fable's scary enough that our opponent's gonna want to cash in their Rite to Oblivion on it. Opponent, combat, hits us, makes a treasure. Down to 13. Ayo! All right, well, flip the Saga. Play the Foundry. Play the Urza. Flip the Urza. Exile Ayo. Oh, we really need them to spend... You know what? We have to exile the reflection. Go attacking, make some treasures. The downside of this line is our opponent is going to be able to kill the Urza by attacking it if they want to. Opponent. Land. Archangel of Wrath, that's pretty good. That's actually absurdly good. So I get to kill the Urza and the reflection? Ooh, ooh. All right, that's bad news. That is bad news for us. Archangel of Wrath was a really good card. Opponent gets in, and they gain 4 life to swing the race back in their favor. We dropped to 8. We need a good draw here. Oh, what do we do? What do we do? I think we gotta draw. This is so greedy. I mean, we can kill the angel. We can kill the angel and attack. Yeah, all right. Fire up the foundry. Go attacking. Make some treasures. The angel might just let our opponent pull this off. Pass the turn. If they have another angel, then we just get burnt out. Oh, it was so tempting to draw there, but we can't really draw into anything that's gonna, I guess it would have to be another Might Stone. Ooh, Sanctuary Warden. Angel power. Angel power. Okay. And, oh my god, and another Fable in the Mirror Breaker. All right, really good draw. A Braid. That doesn't do it. Oh, angels. We finally have met our match. The only thing more powerful than Urza in the multiverse, angels. So, Brotherhood End seems kind of sketchy. Destroy Evil, Fateful Absence, Disdainful Stroke. Also a little interested in the Saheeli's. Maybe we went on like a Thran Spider. How good is a Braid? Kind of medium. Go down a Skitter Beam, bring in a Saheeli. Yeah, let's try it like that, I think. Yeah, this actually might be a tough one. This might be a tough, we have proven that we can crush Grixis, but Mardu Angels might actually be the deck that can take us down. Well, that's a lot of Skitter Beams. We don't have white mana, which is kind of awkward. We also have the full Urza meld. I mean, we'll try this. Xander's Lounge, go. Opponent. All right. Come on, white mana. Actually, just mana, period. Any mana. We're not picky. Blood Tithe Harvester. Well, okay, Fable the Mirror Breaker's not bad. Not bad at all. That should let us go digging for lands at least. About it. Yeah, gonna snipe the token. Fable of their own. Oh, just main phase sack the blood. Interesting. Well, discard Skitty-scape Leveler, and I think a Skitter Beam. Oh, whiff on lands. That is brutal. Play another Fable. Oh, missing lands there's really bad. Opponent hits a land, passes. Well, we finally find a land. Thran Spider. Draw a Thran Spider. I guess we were just destined to have a Thran Spider. Get in, hit you, make a treasure. Wandering Emperor. Makes a token and trades. Well, let's get Saheeli down. I think we actually keep Cityscape here. I think it's worth it. We have the Might Stone and Weak Stone. And a Thran Spider, so we're not that far away from leveling. Flip the Saga. Wow, opponent scoops it up. Okay, well, thank you, opponent. Well, we will take it. No idea why our opponent scooped there. The AO was a problem. We could kill it, but they still get to put stuff into play. I think our opponent was probably favored from that position. We are on the draw for game number 3, assuming our opponent's still here and we're not just getting a free win. You know what? We'll keep this. This is a pretty fast. Wow. Why did our opponent scoop? I am befuddled. Befuddled. I do not understand why our opponent conceded that game. Opponent. Land. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Oh, I think we gotta kill this goblin, unfortunately. Kill the goblin. Play the land. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. It is nice to play against a deck that doesn't have counters for once. Discards 2 lands, draws some new cards, and passes. Do we want to discard anything? I mean, we could discard a Cityscape because we can honor. You know what? I think we're just going to say no. Go to combat, attack, get a treasure. There's the Wandering Emperor. Makes a 2/2, gonna block it. Sure. Well, Shivan Reef, Might Stone and Weak Stone. Draw a couple cards. Well, Disdainful Stroke should be good at some point. Opponent flips Reflection. Wow, main phase draws. Opponent must be having troubles. That is a sign of weakness when you have to main phase draw a wedding announcement. Sure. Makes a samurai. Flip the saga. Do we play the Urza? I think we're gonna say yes. Yeah, let's play it. So best case, Urza lives. We meld and win because our opponent taps out for like some big angel or something. Blood Tithe Harvester. That's gonna wreck us. Yeah. Opponent. Blood Tithe Harvester. Makes a blood. Yeah, that's annoying. Kills the Urza. Well, is this Cityscape Leveler even gonna be enough now is the question. Passes. Well, we will cycle. We draw Bank Buster. Well, I mean, play the land. Cityscape Leveler. Blow up Reflections a Kiki Jiki. Unfortunately, not enough mana to hasten in with our Reflections, but pass the turn. Opponent gonna sack some blood to draw some cards. I assume they need to use Blood Tithe Harvester to kill the Reflection. This is the turn where our opponent can play a big angel and we can't counter it. Oh, yeah, that's less than ideal, less than ideal. Sanctuary Warden draws a card, makes a token. Not great, not great. Blood Tithe Harvester. Well, Cityscape Leveler versus the entire world. That counter actually matters too because it means we can't kill it with Mightstone or Weakstone. Oh, and a duress. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Takes the Mightstone and Weakstone. Yeah, Sanctuary Warden. That's a card. And it flips. I mean, we can't Atwara. That's something. I mean, that's probably what we have to do. So, yeah, it's definitely what we have to do. Bounce Sanctuary Warden. Go to combat. Attack Wandering Emperor. Blow up Wedding Announcement. Maybe we're still okay because Cityscape Leveler is so strong. Play Reckoner Bank Buster. We have the counter, so we can counter the Sanctuary Warden. Our opponent's board is a lot less scary without that pump from the Wedding Announcement. We're back in it for the moment until our opponent hits a duress, then we're out of it. Boy, Cityscape Leveler is, what a card. Why isn't this card seeing more standard play? I feel like every time we draw it, we win. So gonna get a card draw off of the Wedding Announcement. Well, I mean, we will draw a card with the Bank Buster. Untap, play the land. Yeah, we can't counter that, can we? 4/5. Yeah, let's Mightstone and Weakstone, part 2. Draw 2. Play Thran Spider for some defense. Power Stones all around, pass the turn. Yeah, that's what we're worried about. That lets our opponent play the angel again. Yeah, that was exactly the draw we were concerned about. Goes with Archangel of Wrath to kill the spider. All right, we draw a card. Unsure if a braid will be enough. We're taking a big hit here. Down to 6. Opponent draws a card. Well, play the land. Opponent's at 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, Cityscape Leveler. Blow up Archangel of Wrath. So we can draw to make a blocker and then abrade something. But there's the Sanctuary Ward. Oh, I thought that Atwara was gonna do it, but not quite. Oh no! Yeah, now we're super dead. Mishra's Foundry, opponent exiles her. Boy, the one deck that can apparently actually beat a Cityscape Leveler. Well, we abrade a token. Pretty sure there's not a card in our deck that saves us from here, though. Especially with this angel in hand. There's no one card. Oh, that duress was brutal. Opponent gets to flip. It's a land and we met our match. Oh, that duress. We thought we had a way around the Sanctuary Warden, but that duress, the duress number 2 off the top. And then, I mean, things went even worse with the soul transfer and we just drew a bunch of lands. Well, next time. Much ado about nothing time. We are playing some Jeskai Urza-facts in standard, and I mean, we're gonna keep this. We really need to hit land number 3. Blood Tithe Harvester. If we hit land, oh boy, that's not great. Pass the turn. If we hit land number 3, Fable the Mirrorbreaker should find us the lands we need to play Magic. If we don't hit our 3rd land, things are kind of sketchy. All right, there's the land. Oh, a counter is a concern. Yeah, let's Thran Spider. About it. Gonna make it disappear. Hopefully we keep hitting lands. Opponent. Shivan Reef. Phyrexian Shieldred, that's an issue. Oh, well, yeah, this is not looking good. Oh, missing land drops and facing down a Shieldred. Oh, yeah, all right, yeah. Well, that was a quick one. That was a quick one. Brotherhood End down. Destroy Evil, Fateful Absence in. Probably Disdainful Stroke in. 1 Thran Spider, and maybe 1 Skitter Beam. Saheeli could be worth trying. You know what? Let's go down 1 Abrade for 1 Saheeli. We'll try 1. We'll try 1 Saheeli. We should be on the play this game. That should help. That was the Grixis Snowball, and we were on the receiving end. That is, I think we got a mulligan it. I guess we'll try this. We'll put a Cityscape Leveler to the bottom for now. Yeah, this hand's okay, I guess. Not thrilling. About it, Swamp, and oh boy. All right, this hand's getting even worse. I don't know what they take. Depends on their hand. Takes the Saheeli. Well, tap land go. I do like these swamps. Plays the land passes. Well, land and Urza. Wow, opponent lets it resolve. Well, I guess they don't have blue mana, so that kind of explains it. I mean, if we draw land, we can Skitter Beam and just go aggro. If we don't draw land, then I guess we can Fable the Mirrorbreaker. Well, okay, Fable the Mirrorbreaker. Fateful Abscess isn't bad, because that means we can answer a Shieldred. All right, opponent kills the Goblin. Sure. Well, what do they got? There's the land, there's the Shieldred. Well, we will kill the Shieldred. Yeah, let's discard Skitter Beam. Well, play Mishra's Factory. Go attacking. Wouldn't mind finding like Mightstone and Weakstone. That would be helpful. Opponent. Corpse Appraiser to draw a card. We might just be getting outground here. Grixis is pretty good at generating card advantage. We already beat it once though. Opponent mills some lands, takes a card, passes. Well, flip the Saga, play the land, Fable number 2. And we'll pass the turn. All right, kills the first Fable the Mirrorbreaker. Disdainful Stroke is a good one to have in hand. More Corpse Appraising. Oh, yeah, we're just getting outdrawn at the moment. Opponent exiles his Shieldred, draws another card. Mills a couple lands, so could be anything. Opponent passes. We gotta hold on to the Disdainful Stroke, unfortunately. We need this Mightstone and Weakstone, but our opponent has counter mana up. Yeah, I think we just gotta pass for now, unfortunately. Yeah, we have some good cards in our deck. Plays their own Fable the Mirrorbreaker. Passes. I guess we just pass. This is not a great place to be. Opponent. More removal. And untaps. Wow, pitch is a Bank Buster. Oh, how much we would love a Bank Buster, and our opponent is just throwing it away. Bank Buster would be so helpful. We need a way to keep up with our opponent in cards. That's the big thing we're lacking. Well, we will pass the turn. But our opponent gets to steal another card from our deck, and they get to draw a card. All right, Siphon Insight again. Oh, opponent draws a card. Yeah, this feels real bad, real bad. Opponent untaps. We just can't get down our Mightstone and Weakstone. That is the problem. Shivan Reef. So that was from our deck. Oh boy, another Fable of the Mirrorbreaker. They just keep coming. Passes. Well, we will kill the Reflections of Kiki Jiki. Untap. Play a land. I mean, now we're gonna play Mightstone and Weakstone. At least our opponent, they need a negate or they're gonna have to sack a creature. Okay, opponent does have a negate. Well, we knew that was a possibility. Pass the turn. Opponent gets to loot. Discards 2 cards, draws some new ones. Yeah, we've just been behind this entire game. Swings with everything. Makes a bunch of treasures. Well, we'll kill a goblin. Invoke Despair. Well, we will attempt to Disdainful Stroke. That works. And, oh! Armite Stone and Weak Stone! Okay. Well, go to combat, hit ya. Yeah, that's not good. Skitter Beam Battalion. Not the best mode. Pass the turn. Oh, wow, Siphon Insight, very impressive. Very impressive. Well, no wonder we were not finding Armite Stones and Weak Stones. They were all in our opponent's hand. Opponent goes attacking, makes a treasure. Well, we will double block a Corpse Appraiser, single block a goblin. If we don't draw removal though, this reflection just beats us. Like reflection, copying Corpse Appraiser to draw an extra card each turn. Oh no. I mean, our opponent's also just way outfabled the Mirror Breaker does this game. That's the, and there's Bankbuster. Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of these cards, these card advantage cards. Oh boy, Thran Spider. We have a lot of these card advantage cards as well. The problem is we just didn't draw them this game. In part because our opponent stole them from us. I don't see any realistic way of us winning from here. Opponent's going to crew the Bankbuster. Blocks the Goblin. Yeah, this one I don't think there's any chance. Opponent. There's a lot of creatures in the graveyard. Oh, there's plenty, yeah. Opponent gets to loot. So the problem now is just essentially our opponent's gonna be drawing 3 or 4 cards a turn. We are gonna be drawing 1 card a turn. And it's even better than that because they're anticipating. So they're not only are they, it's not like there's a chance, oh, they're gonna draw lands or something, because they're taking the best of their top 3 cards. So our opponent is gonna be drawing solid action several times each turn. Why, we are not. Well, Disdainful Stroke the Shieldred. We're doing our best to hang around. We're gonna need a miracle, like a legit miracle. Well, Shieldred dies. I mean, we are definitely gonna double block this Corpse Appraiser. Our only realistic shot is to stop this card draw and get lucky. All right. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Yeah, I mean, cast it. Blow up the reflection. I mean, this is the kind of card that gives us a slight chance. Depending on what our opponent finds, they get to flip the Saga. Are we in this? Is there hope? Invoke Despair is game. Opponent draws a card. What do they find? 4 cards in hand. Blood Ties Harvester gets to draw more cards. Sacks the Blood to draw a card. Did they find it? Obliterating Bolt to kill the spider. Okay. Passes. Oh my god, it's another leveler. Blow up Reflection of Kiki Jiki. Drops to 2. Cityscape Leveler number 2. Blood Tithe Harvester. Pass the turn. Or is there a chance we steal this? Opponent draws. No Invoke Despairs. No Invoke Despairs. Blood Tithe Harvester. Opponent discards a land, trying to find the Invoke Despair. Do they don't find, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Cityscape Leveler. We were so far behind that whole game right from the start. Opponent drew so many more cards than us, and then we drew 2 Cityscape Levelers. And that was it. I guess sometimes drawing the right card for the situation is more important than the number of cards you drew, because we got outdrawn by like 2 to 1. Our opponent had all the card advantage that game. We were right on the cusp of being dead, and the Cityscape Levelers stole that game right out from under our opponent. Straight up stole it. Should we change anything? Apparently Cityscape Leveler is a pretty good Magic card. Let's go down in a Braid for negate. We had no business winning that game. Literally none. Literally none. Yeah, all right, that sounds fine. Going to 6, plays a tap land. Well, let's play Xander's Lounge. Go. Opponent, Schwamp, and Blood Tithe Harvester. Well, play the land, pass the turn. Opponent, land for 3. Okay. play the land, and so if we Fable the Mirror Breaker and our opponent's like counter untap Shieldred, you know what? Let's play it. Ooh, resolves. Okay, that's big. That's super big. Rewarded for not having the fear. That's I think one of my failings as a Magic player. Sometimes I am overly concerned about counter spells. There's the Shieldred, but we got the Fateful Absence. Wow, they're just gonna cash it in, sure. I mean, but now we just get to Fateful Absence Shieldred. Discard Thran Spider. Play Deserted Beach. And we're not gonna play the Bank Buster yet. We're gonna leave up Disdainful Stroke. This could be the Invoke Despair turn, and we really don't want that to resolve. All right, Fable the Mirror Breaker, that does resolve. Well, flip the Saga, play a Tuara, play Bank Buster, and pass the turn. Well, this game, we're the one with the Bank Buster, which is sweet. Opponent untaps, gets to do some looting. Discards a land, draws a card, goes to combat, gets in. I actually think we just make this trade. We don't have any grand plan for this, and we really don't want our opponent making a treasure each turn. Corpse Appraiser, sure. I mean, we're just gonna start drawing with our Bank Buster, trying to hit our land drops. Opponent exiles our Spider. Does not take a Bank Buster. All right, so they probably hit something pretty good. Their own Bank Buster. Well, all right, we will draw a card. We do hit a land. Opponent passes. Well, play the land. Oh, we'd really love to get down the Mightstone and Weakstone, but I think we just play a Bank Buster. Pass the turn. Gonna draw a card. All right, cashes in their treasure to draw a card. So we have a double Disdainful Stroke and or double Bank Buster, some combination. We are gonna have to kill this Reflection at some point. Opponent goes to combat. Down to 14. Passes? Okay, well, draw with Bank Buster. Draw with Bank Buster. Untap, play the land. Destroy evil, the Reflection, and pass the turn. We're just gonna keep going to the bank for the time being. Opponent gets to draw a card. Our life total's not that low, so we can afford to take another Corpse Appraiser hit or two. Opponent plays the land. We could also try to crew a Bank Buster at some point and block. Two Corpse Appraisers is a little obnoxious. Opponent only has one blue source, which is notable. Wow, Mill's a Fable, so they must have drawn something pretty sweet. If they attack, I think we're gonna try to block. So, we don't want to take damage off that. Reckoner Bank Buster, make a dork. Reckoner Bank Buster, draw a card. Then negate would be decent. So we take 3, no blocks. Opponent passes. Well, play Shivan Reef. Where's all of our big bombs? Yeah, let's Mightstone and Weakstone. Opponent has a counter. Well, we will just pass. Oh, maybe actually should we play? Yeah, we probably don't need 2 Disdainful Strokes. Let's play another Bank Buster. And now we will pass. Opponent adapts. Something like Skitterbeam Battalion would be super helpful. Oh my god, so many Corpse Appraisers. So many Corpse Appraisers. It's a Shieldred. Yeah, we might just be dying to Corpse Appraisers. That might be where this is headed. We're just dying to 3 3s for 3. We just never had any big bodies to put on the battlefield. We got all the, this is kind of like reverse of game 1, or game 2 last game, where we've had a lot of card draw this game, but we haven't really done much with it other than draw more cards. Wow, opponent's actually tanking on this Corpse Appraiser. Opponent again tapped a blue source. I guess I had to, but... All right, wow, Liliana make disappear to the graveyard. Gonna crew the Bank Buster. Crew our Bank Buster. A Tuara, well, we will crew our other Bank Buster. Pick up a Bank Buster. Kill a Corpse Appraiser. Fateful Absence the Bank Buster. This actually worked out super well for us. So kill a Corpse Appraiser. We dropped to 8. But we got multiple things off the battlefield. So play Mishra's Foundry. Might Stone and Weak Stone. Kill a Corpse Appraiser. Bank Buster returns. Opponent untaps. Bank Buster, sure. Wow, main phase draws, sure. Blood Tithe Harvester. Skitterbeam Battalion would be spectacular. Opponent passes, well, I mean, draw a card. It's a land. Draw a card. Melding Urza would also be sweet. Sanders Lounge, all right, land. There's a Skitterbeam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I think we actually do not play it for full price. We just really need it to resolve. So let's prototype it. And opponent scoops it up. Urza-facts, better than Grixis, and maybe this deck is pretty sweet. I mean, opponent's playing the best deck in Standard, and this was not a case where our opponent had some bad draw. They Corpse Appraised and Bank Bustered and did all the things they wanted to do, and it just wasn't enough to keep up with our Skitterbeam battalions. I do love the Might Stone and Weak Stone. Yeah, sweet. So what did we learn this week about Jeskai Urza-facts in Standard? And the deck felt pretty good. We ended up going 3-1 with the deck overall, with our one loss being that super close loss to the Mardu Angels deck, which just put some really big things on the battlefield. But overall, the deck felt pretty solid. The ramp plan, while it looks janky, I mean, it's got Thran Spider. It's a super janky way to ramp. It's actually pretty effective in this deck in specific because our payoffs are Skitterbeam Battalions and Cityscape Levelers. Power Stone mana is actually super valuable in our deck. Cityscape Leveler in specific is just kind of a ridiculous card. Almost every time we draw, it just straight up wins us a game. And there were some games where we were so close to being dead, and being able to get a Cityscape Leveler going was enough to let us stabilize. Plus, one thing I really love about this deck is it's a great deck for actually melding into Urza Planeswalker. We've played some Urza decks in the past, and a lot of them, they don't actually meld Urza all that often. But in this deck, because of the Power Stone mana, which we can use on Urza's ability, because of our random ramping from Fable the Mirror Breaker, even our Reckoner Bank Buster can make a treasure eventually, it's pretty practical that we get to 10 mana with a Might Stone and Weak Stone out, and then we just Urza and meld all in one turn, so our opponent doesn't really have time to react to it with sorcery speed stuff. And then once we get Urza, it usually pulls us so far ahead that it just wins us the game. So the deck was super fun. I really enjoyed this deck. I haven't been playing a ton of Standard lately, but when I saw this list, it drew me back in, and I'm glad we played it because it is just a blast to play. So if you're looking for something a little bit different to play in Standard as we wait for Phyrexia to release, I would definitely recommend it. So that's Jeskai Urza-facts. That's our much brew for this week. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.